There are two magic words to use daily in burnout recovery. They are thank you. I'm Angela Brown, and I'm a content creator, and I'm recovering from burnout. Today is day 14. Every day we're meeting here for a short lesson, and I'm sharing with you my road to recovery on burnout and what I'm doing to get myself back. And then maybe there's something in here for you. Maybe you can use something that I've learned. Maybe you can tweak something. Maybe you have a better idea or suggestion than what I'm doing. If that's the case, please leave comments in the notes below. I'm all ears, and I'm learning as I go, and then I'm documenting my journey so that should I reach burnout again at some other phase of my content creation journey, I can come back and take a peek at what I did that worked, and then I don't have to reinvent the wheel again. Okay, so today we're talking about gratitude. And I love this concept because gratitude has a series of psychological and mental health issues that it can recover. And if you're in burnout mode, you're feeling a little bit blah. You're probably feeling anxiety or feeling anxious or stressed or I don't know, modes of chaoticness in your life or what have you. I know I do when I'm in burnout mode. And so stopping and really taking a look at the things that I'm grateful for is kind of a change of pace. It makes me stop in my tracks and it makes me say, hey, wait a second. Maybe there's a better way of looking at things. So I want us to stop at the first of every day. Jump up in the morning and say to yourself, oh my goodness, I woke up. I have another day. How cool is that? Right? Thank you for this beautiful day I'm about to enjoy. If you start your day out with that kind of a mindset, what's going to happen is you're going to start looking for the positive in your day instead of the negative. If you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel so horrible. I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck. I feel lousy. That's what you're going to focus on. Okay. So we want to start out our day with a positive thought. Now, we've already talked for the last couple of weeks about strategies that we can use to turn our physical well-being around. So this is going to tap into our mind, not just our physical body. So your physical body, if you've been following this program over at lifelongproductions.com/burnout, this is the burnout recovery program. If you've been following this program, you already have a whole bunch of strategies and you probably feel on top of the world right about now. Okay. So we're going to talk about the psychological nature of gratitude and what that does for the rest of our day. All right, the first thing that we're going to think about is that we have a new day. Okay. Oh, how progressive we can be in this new day. All the amazing things we're going to be able to do today because, and then we're going to go through a series of gratitudes. The series of gratitudes are because I have my faculties about me. I don't have Alzheimer's and all these other things. I have a really smart brain that's functioning properly. Therefore, I can create today. Okay. I'm very grateful for the ability to create today. What is your creation process? Do you sit at a computer all day? And if that's the case, do you have your eyesight? If you have your eyesight, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful for my eyesight because today I can see the content that I'm creating. Then also, if you are a YouTuber or a podcaster, or you do Zoom calls, or you do group coaching or private consulting or what have you, you have your ability to speak and communicate. So communication is something we can be grateful for, that we're able to articulate our words and articulate our ideas and sell our ideas to other people, that people are willing to pay for them. Okay. So we are grateful that we are able to communicate in a way that generates revenue for us. All right. So while we're in this process of going through every phase of our business and what we're grateful for, we have a physical body that is able to communicate emotions. And so I'm grateful for my emotions. Most people are not grateful for their emotions. They're just like, oh, my emotions got in the way. Well, now that we feel fantastic, we want to take those amazing feelings that we have and we want to be grateful for those. And we want to kind of implode that on everybody in our sphere of influence. So as people come into this little radius, imagine a little bubble around you. And as people come close to your bubble, you just want to pop your bubble with enthusiasm and excitement and energy that's positive and vivacious, because that is contagious and people will want to come into our sphere of influence. Now, here's the cool thing. Like energy attracts like energy. So if you are negative and you are sad and discouraged and you jump on social media and you just complain to people, you're going to have a whole bunch of people that jump online and they're like, I know life sucks. It's bad, right? And they will follow you down this journey of doom. But If you're really positive and you wake up and you say, I feel blessed, I feel great, I feel fantastic, people are going to say, I know, what a beautiful day it is outside today. Check it out. Here's the sunrise that I took while I was out jogging this morning. And you're going to have a whole bunch of people that follow that energy. So you get to choose. How are you seeing the world today? Now, I want to share with you Psychology 101 tells us that the behavior we reward is the behavior that is repeated. This is really important when you have family and friends and a team that you're working with, because when they come into your sphere of influence, they're either going to feel stressed out and anxious and, chaotic, if that's what you're imploding on them, or they're going to feel this attitude of gratitude. And so if people come into your world and you're like, wow, you did such a great job on this project, thank you so much. This is where the magic words come from. Thank you. What's going to happen is that you just rewarded that behavior. And as you paid attention to that behavior, people are going to try to trip over themselves to do more of the same. Okay. So if we're nagging and complaining, that's also rewarding a behavior. And so you will get more of the same. And so if you nag and reward a behavior like, oh, when are you going to clean up your room? When are you going to take out the trash? How come you keep interrupting me? That's attention. You are paying someone, and people need attention. People need to feel like they belong somewhere. And so in the back of their mind, they're like, well, this isn't very positive reinforcement, but if I keep interrupting Angela, I'm going to get attention, right? And so then they keep interrupting because I rewarded that behavior. I caused a fuss over that behavior. So don't catch people doing things wrong and pay attention to that, and don't nag on that. Because if you do that, you're going to get more of the same. But if you catch them doing things that are right, oh my goodness, check it out. You took out the trash. Oh, yes, I did. So if I need attention from Angela, all I have to do is take out the trash, and then they do more of the same. So I want to catch them. I want to say, thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up on time today. Thank you so much for turning your reports in on time. Thank you so much for contacting this customer and making sure that the show is going to go off smoothly this afternoon. Then they're like, oh, that's what I have to do to get noticed. And they will do more of the same. Now, when we say thank you and we reward those positive behaviors, what that does is this. Check it out. And here's the full circle of how it comes back to recovering from burnout mode. If I, Angela Brown, am stressed out because I feel like I'm doing all the work and I'm doing all the contacting of customers, trying to make the business go, and it's all on my shoulders, what happens is I feel stressed and anxious. And by saying thank you to my team members, what I'm doing is I'm taking stuff off my plate. I'm delegating, and I'm giving them the power. I'm saying, you are capable of contacting this customer. You are capable of following through on this deal. You are capable of writing that newsletter. And I'm empowering them to be the best version of themselves. And when I do that, and then I catch them doing those things correctly, and I pay attention to those things by saying thank you and giving them a thumbs up, what happens is I'm taking stuff off my plate that's not essential for me to do. It's essential for the business, but not for me. They're being paid to do these tasks, and I'm letting them do it. And then what happens is I don't have to worry about that anymore, because now that I've rewarded that behavior and they're tripping over themselves to do a good job at those things, I don't have to worry about that. And that reduces my stress. So if you're recovering from burnout, one of the quickest, fastest ways to do it is to wake up every day and just have an attitude of gratitude. And for all the people that pass through the course of your day, find things to say thank you for. Those are the two magic words. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So on your journey today, I want to have you drop a comment in the notes below and tell me what you're thankful for. And who are you going to say thank you to today? And I want you to use the word about 100 times today. The goal is to find about 100 different ways that you can say thank you to someone or something in your life today, and just notice how it feels. I'll tell you this, on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is fantastic, the more you say thank you, the higher and closer to number 10 you're going to get. So you want to feel fantastic, start saying thank you like it's going out of style. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. And you know what? It's going to make you feel amazing. All right, that's my tip for today. All right, let's check in real quick and see how I did on my scale of activities because I had a couple things that I had to work on. All right, the first thing that I want to take a look at is my content creator sleep. How did my sleep affect my business? The first thing that I want to look at is I did not sleep so great. I had 4 hours and 8 minutes of sleep, which is not so great compared to the fact that I need 6 or 7 hours of sleep. But I was staying up late because my husband is about to lose his dad. They've taken him off of the machines that will support his life. And so in the next day or two, he will probably leave us on this earth. And so we spent yesterday going through a bunch of photos of a lifetime of photos that are going to be used as a memorial video, I guess, that they're creating. And so we stayed up way too late doing that. And so I justified that by saying, there's going to be a funeral in a minute and this needs to be done. And right now I have the help of my husband to help me choose these photos. Let me use his help while we're both available to do that. So it was kind of a trade-off, and I'm sad that we're in that situation, but there you go. All right, my hydration. I'm doing really good at drinking and making sure that I stay hydrated. And hydration is one of the key elements that makes our brain and our body function properly. All of our organs are contingent on the fact that we drink plenty of water. So I want to make sure that you drink plenty of water. And that's going to be anywhere from 96 to 104 or 112 ounces of water a day. And for me, it's these little tiny 16-ounce jugs of water. And I have 7 of them at my desk. I fill them up at the beginning of every day, and then I drink them throughout the day. I also have my apple cider vinegar and lemon juice that I'm going to drink today, and that's 16 ounces. And some of you have asked me about my recipe, and this is how I get through the entire winter without getting sick. I take a single-use plastic water bottle, and just because it's nasty and it's hard to clean out when I'm done, but I drink the water all the way down to the top of the label. Then I put in 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar with the mother and 2 ounces of lemon juice. And then I shake it up and I suck on it throughout the day, which is kind of like, ugh. It doesn't taste very good, but it cleans out all the sinuses. It cleans out sore throat. I did 15 live shows last week, and it keeps my throat healthy and strong so that I can talk and I can do the shows without losing my voice, or without having like allergies or cold or sniffles or sore throat or strep throat or any of those things that are so popular during the wintertime. So I'm staying hydrated and I'm doing a great job at it. All right, so then the next thing we want to look at is the intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting was designed to tap me from one energy source, which is all the carbohydrates our bodies use to create sugar and energy, all the way over to the energy source that's created by ketones. And so I'm really focused on this extra energy source over here because the energy source from the carbohydrates was completely depleted when I started this process. So now I'm retraining my body to go into ketosis mode every day by fasting for 20 hours. So yesterday I fasted for 24 hours before I broke my fast. And then we have a fun meal of the week. And that's where I sit down with my husband and we have a fun lunch out at a restaurant. We eat whatever we want. There are no rules, no calories are counted. I probably ate on the higher side of 2,000 calories, but I was very careful about what I ate. I ate things like vegetables and sushi, and I didn't have lots of fried foods. I did have 2 egg rolls and I had 2 wontons that were fried, but I didn't have lots and lots of fried food, and I didn't have desserts and all these other things. So we're going 2 weeks strong with no sugar whatsoever. And I've cut all of the condiments out, and I've cut all of the foods out of my regular diet that are in a bag, a box, or a can. And that's just for right now while I kind of reset my system. So I did eat out yesterday, and I did eat too much food. But I'm now going for 48 hours. I'm going to do kind of like a little purging system where I'm just going to drink liquids for the next 48 hours to just really kind of refine the process. And the reason I'm doing this is because every week on Monday and Tuesday, I'm fasting a little bit longer than the 24 hours. And I'm doing this to get my body used to fasting because fasting is new for me. So if I get my body used to it, every time I do it, it's easier and easier and easier to do. And I want this to become my new normal way of living because I'm feeling so great doing it. So that is my intermittent fasting. All right, the next thing to look at is the nourishment. And on a regular day, I will eat things like salmon and avocados and eggs, free range eggs and things that are healthy for my body. And again, I'm really being conscientious of what I'm eating because, again, I've eaten a lot of processed foods in the past. And so I'm eating now butternut squash, and I just picked up some zucchini and yellow squash at the store the other day. And so just grated it and put it in a little tiny freezer pack so that when I'm ready to heat it up, I just put it in the microwave for a minute or two, put a little bit of Himalayan salt on it, and I'm good to go. So that will be a tiny meal that will just be squash. And so I'm trying to find little ways that I can eat healthier foods that are not processed. So I'm excited about that. All right. The next thing is my exercise. And I'm really excited to say that my exercise has improved. And when I say it has improved, I started out a couple of weeks ago on a new program. My husband and I joined a gym, and I've been going every single day, Monday through Friday. On Saturdays and Sundays, I've given myself permission to sleep in, which means sleep in a whole extra hour on the weekends and not go to the gym. And I miss the gym now. So now 2 weeks that I've skipped the weekends of working out, and I miss it. So today is the next day. Today is actually day 15, and I'm reporting on day 14. I got up and I went to the gym this morning, and I realized how much I miss working out on the 2 days on the weekend. So I might add in another workout day where I just maybe cycle in my neighborhood, or I go walking or something like that. It's not going to the gym, because the gym does not open until like noon or something. And if I don't get my workout in at the top of the day, I do not get it in. So I might have to make some adjustments so that I still get it in, but I really, really missed it. So who knew, right? All right, the next thing is my my moods. My moods have done really, really well, but yesterday, and I don't know if this has anything to do with me not working out yesterday, but I was in kind of a sour mood. And I found myself in a sour mood a good bit of the day. And I think it's because we're about to lose Pat's dad. And so he spent a lot of time talking about his dad. And I've been estranged from his family for many years. And so I don't really have anything nice to say at all. And so going through the process of helping my husband find photos for his dad's, I mean, my husband keeps hoping that I'm the family photographer, keeps hoping that I will have new pictures. And I'm like, hey, I've been estranged from your family for 16 some years. I can't make photos appear from an event I wasn't invited to and I didn't attend. I don't have photos to give you. I'm sorry. And so that was kind of a sour mood because I wished that things would have been different. And in that process, this brings me back to the gratitude. We're in the process of saying goodbye to someone, and we're having two completely different experiences. My husband is sad. He's losing his dad. He's heartbroken. He wishes he'd spent more time with dad. And I'm sitting here with a sourness going, man, I wish things were different. And I did everything I know how to do. And it just was bad energy between the two of us. But what I am really grateful for is this. I'm really grateful that this man, Pat's dad, was willing to have a son, because his son was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. And I'm delighted with the man that my husband has become. And if it wasn't for his dad, my husband may have gone to a different family and maybe I wouldn't have married him, right? So I'm really grateful for the fact that my husband's dad born and raised him. So I'm really thankful for that. And that gives me a moment of gratitude. All right, the next thing to look at is the progress that I've made in the business. So yesterday we worked on photos. I didn't do a lot of stuff with the business, but I was keenly aware that in the process of pulling the photos together, I have scanning skills and I have Photoshop skills and I have Canva skills. And there are a bunch of things that I did to help create little videos and moments that would be remembered with the technical skills that I have. And I'm not technical at all. So I was really grateful for that I had some skills that I could fall back on in a moment where they were required. So there you go. All right. The next thing is the challenges that I have. I have a challenge today, and my challenge today is to finish creating some landing pages for the business. And in creating the landing pages, I have to create the payment portals where people can pay and check out through the payment portals on those landing pages. And that's new for me. I've never done that before. And I'm doing it now using new technology. And then we're going to implement it on all of the websites that the company owns. So there are a couple of things that I need to learn and I need to do in order to be able to ask the right questions and then delegate the information and then know what the answer is or what the finished product looks like so that I can sign off on it when it's done. So there are a couple of things I don't know, but I'm going to learn them. All right. So if you haven't already, follow me. I'm over at lifelongproductions.com/burnout. This is where I'm tracking my journey. And I want to give a shout out also to Lifelong Productions, who's hosting this particular program. This is a program that helps content creators finish the projects that they start. So if you yourself are working on creating landing pages and you need help setting up your landing pages and setting up payment portals and setting up booking programs where you can sell your consulting services or sell group coaching or sell your content or your ideas or a packet of information that you've put together or white papers or white label content or a premium content library or any of these things, check us out over at lifelongproductions.com. It's a program that helps content creators. Right now, I'm here to help you with content creator burnout. All right, so join me again tomorrow. And until we meet again, there are two things that I want you to remember. Number one is you matter